Hey guys, I'm Mike G, and these are my buds Jacob and Matt,
Hey yo.
Hi. And we're about everything. This is episode 1.
Oh
We're here.
shit!
Yep, we're here.
I'm gonna bust
This
your
is a
balls real
show-
quick. It's episode
Yeah.
2.
Well, that was kind of a weird pilot test episode. This is the official episode 1. I'm the host, and I say so. And this is a show featuring only best friends. When each of us host an episode, choose the topic of choice. And tonight, we have a really cool one to start off this series. But before we begin, I want to start off this podcast by just asking, how you guys been? Jacob, how you been?
Oh, it's just been awful. Yeah, I went down to the Walmart and there's so much shit down there. And I tell you, there was this one lady who was getting the last piece of Wonder Bread, and I was like, "Lady, let me get the last piece of Wonder Bread," and she was like, "Fuck you, get out of here! Why are you following me all the way from my house?" And I was like, "Oh, I punched her in the face and I stole the Wonder Bread." But overall, I'm doing fine. Matt, how are you doing?
One moment. I'm actually doing all right for once.
You know, when Jacob was doing that a little bit ago, I didn't listen to a fucking thing he said.
I heard all the way up till Walmart. I'm just like, I'm fucking done. I'm clocking out. I'm going there to get the desk and hiding. That was fucking beautiful. Oh. In all reality, I'm all right. Even though my car's a piece of shit, I can't fix it. That's a story for another time. How are you doing, Mike? Oh, fuck.
Pay attention! Oh my god, I was wondering what was so fucking funny. Oh my god. I'm on the floor, hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god, that threw me off so fucking bad. Oh,
I don't care what anyone says. That was beautiful.
okay, cheese and fucking rice. Oh.
How are you doing?
Okay.
How are you?
Talk
Best
about
Mike,
I'm
how are you
doing.
doing?
Okay.
How you doing?
I am doing really good. It's 2 days and then it's my birthday. So on Monday, it's my birthday at the time of this recording.
Oh, so
And-
birthday
You
episode
old
then.
fucker.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Old
On the
Mike's
25th
only
of July.
47. Fuck.
Please, that's too sweet. I'm 59.
How's it
No.
feel to be 69?
Oh, goddamn. No, I'm actually turning I'm turning 25, so I'm a quarter of a century old. Kind of interesting now. But aside from the birthday, I actually got a raise, which is great. I have more responsibilities at work, and you know things are just going really good. I've got my burger business and everything. YouTube. You know, I'm really looking forward to everything that's going to be happening with YouTube. And then there's this. We're about everything, and I am just stoked. I really am. I am so fucking stoked. So yeah, things are great on my end. I'm doing really good.
Speaking of YouTube, when are you going to make that announcement about the team?
Yeah. So on Dream Battles, we now have a team. It was just me for a long time, but you know, it's just too much anymore. And you know, you guys are really good friends of mine, and we usually discuss verses a lot. And there's other members too. There's Crossover Guy, there's Trevor, and there's Chris. And then there's you two guys and everything. And I'm just so confident in this team. And I really think it's going to be better for the episodes and the channel. So yeah, Dream Battles now has a team. It's not just me anymore, and that makes me really fucking happy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna
my
be great.
Also, another YouTube announcement. I am close to 1,400 subscribers.
fuck yeah, man.
Let me go get one more sub real quick, so I can be at 69 and then never gain a sub ever again.
Dude, I do not understand how that is. I still don't get it. I've scratched my head for so long about that.
I know exactly why, but we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, it drives me crazy, but I'm almost at 2,000. I'm trying to get there, and you know what? If Stupendous Wave is listening to this, suck on that, motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep, suck it.
And fucking suck it. Told me I couldn't even get to 1,000.
And
fucking
just
chew it.
And now that we have the team, episodes will come out faster, which means we'll be able to have a more consistent upload flow, which means you'll gain even more subs in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's gonna be so nice having a team. It's gonna be so great. And I'm really anxious for Ridley versus Vilgax. Gonna get back to editing that starting next week, I hope.
Tonight.
I'm anxious to
After this
right back on
episode,
the episode.
tonight. I want it done by Friday.
Yeah, and you know what's nice is I have a desk and a chair, and now I have a setup where I can start recording again and working, and it's awesome.
I mean, obviously, we're recording this right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Good menu.
Yeah.
You stop eating them cheese balls.
Matt, did you say how you were doing? I don't know. I was laughing so fucking hard I probably didn't even hear you.
I did. I said I'm doing all right. Besides my car being the biggest POS in the world. But in actual good news, I did just finish up recording my series of Splinter Cell Blacklist with the audio intact this time.
Fuck yeah.
That's another story for another time. How I recorded 5 episodes without game audio.
Not really. But I'm happy for you.
And then started the other series, which is Time Attack Thursdays. That's fun. My arms hurt a lot from it, but that was fun.
Okay.
So look forward to that every Thursday. Hopefully every Thursday. I will have to take a break sooner or later. I can't record 4 episodes a fucking day.
Well, yeah. It's just too much. I mean, dude, I've done like a few Let's Plays on Facebook, and dude, one episode takes me a while to record. I can do it in less than a day, but it's still a lot.
Well, that's why I wanted to go to these more weekly series instead of every other day, where it's like, okay, I have time to record, then I have time to edit, then while I'm at work one day, I can just upload.
On top of that, we also have jobs, and it makes it hard to work on this content.
Oh, there. Speaking of jobs, they were stupid enough to make me run half a machine yesterday. Half a machine. Wow. So I just watched this year's X Games while I was working. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh my God, he's on X Games mode.
Yes, I am. But anyway, let's get to the topic.
We live in a world where we see zombies as a part of pop culture. However, there are many of us that fear the idea of the zombie apocalypse actually taking place. So much so that there are people right now who are preparing for it. So, gentlemen, Matt and Jacob, what if one day you woke up and on the news you saw reporters talking about people losing their minds and infecting one another, to then update the world that the undead walk with the living, to tell you to not worry, as whatever is causing this will be stopped, to then the world leaders telling you what to do during something that has never happened, nor how we would have handled it in the first place, not knowing that for scientific reasons, a virus has spread into the air that triggers only when things die to only rise. Humans, animals, and everything else living is now a zombie. The apocalypse is about to begin. How do we survive?
Dead ass. Want me to
Our
be serious?
topic. Yeah.
I'm going back to bed because I live in the country.
But in all seriousness, this topic is about how we would survive the zombie apocalypse. And what I have here is a list of questions that are going to take us on this journey during the start of the zombie apocalypse to perhaps the end of this journey. Now, I want to get something out of the way right off the bat. I know someone is going to say, well, if the zombie apocalypse did take place, we would use nuclear bombs of sorts. Well, here's the thing. If that were the case, what would happen is they would use those bombs on the most heavily populated areas, right? Because where this would spread the most is in the most heavily populated areas, because more people are exposed, right?
Right.
And so there's hospitals, and then there's just crowds of people running into each other, and thus zombies are more likely to grow in numbers, and then those zombies are going to spread. So what happens is when you use nuclear bombs, you're basically just going to wipe out the whole planet, because it doesn't just stop with just the explosion and the force. There's all the radiation. So basically you're just dooming the planet. And so you can't take that action. And plus, it's just boring. It's boring to say, oh, well, if there was a zombie apocalypse, we would just bomb the motherfucker. Right?
Mickey, calm down. But no,
I mean,
you're right. Right, because
I mean, that's just stupid, right?
Because if we were to survive, we'd get some Chernobyl, Stalker, fucking Metro 2033 shit going on where, yeah, you know, nuclear winter happened and this and that, but
yeah,
then up on the surface, you can't survive. Well, you can't survive. It's just not a very bright
here's
idea.
the thing, though. It would spread so fast because so many people die every day, and everyone that's bitten is just going to get infected anyway, and it would just spread so fucking fast that it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
So what I'm getting at is we want to look at this as just us trying to survive without any kind of nuclear arms being involved. How would we as people survive in a scenario where zombies just happen to exist in our real world? And to start this off, I want to ask this question. What should you do when the outbreak begins, or if you find yourself surrounded? Do you stay put, or do you move as soon as possible?
I'll let Jacob go first on this one.
Wow. So, like, surrounded, like, am I in a building or I'm outside?
You are at home. This starts at home.
All right. I would hide. I would like block my door and hide probably a few days or a few hours, and check back without being seen, and possibly get out and probably find a car.
That's actually not a bad idea. Because if you think about it, if you barricade yourself, discreetly barricade, no one's going to know if anyone's there. No one's going to want to break in. The Zeds are going to want to break in. And you can just sit there and chill and live a normal life until he's safe and ready to move out.
If I was outside, I would probably try to blend in. You know, if I see like a dead zombie, I would like put like kind of what the people in Walking Dead do. They put like the zombie blood and just rub it across their bodies and tear up some of their clothes to make it look like they are dead, and just walk very slowly.
I think
possibly
I'm just gonna mention one thing Mike probably didn't mention. It does spread by bodily fluids.
Yep.
That's why the bite always transmits, because there's saliva. So you have to be very careful spreading the blood, because it gets in your eyes, your nose, your mouth, or something.
I think if I was gonna camouflage myself with their blood, I would just do like my limbs, not any like open crevices. So I won't do my head.
Right.
Just like, my limbs, my chest, and all that.
Do you want to know what I think, Matt? Do you want to know what I actually think?
What?
I think the virus would already be in your body, but I think what happens is that that part of the virus only triggers whenever your body dies. And so basically when you die, it triggers and then it forces you to rise. However, I think what happens when a zombie bites you is that it basically has all these other nasty things in its mouth. And so basically when it bites you,
It speeds the process.
it doesn't really speed the process. It forces the target to die. And because it's kind of like a Komodo dragon,
Yeah,
and like with
it's
poisons.
it's like a poison or a neurotoxin where it slowly shuts the brain down.
I actually think it's so potent, and that the zombie's claws or like mouth is so deadly potent, and that it basically makes the victim sick, and thus it forces that person to die. And then, of course, that's when the virus triggers, and it forces the dead to rise, into a zombie.
Right, because
so
usually after they're bitten, it's slowly declining strength. They start coughing up blood, shit like that. The immune system starts shutting down. And then when the immune system shuts down, all the organs just go into recovery, and then all that shuts down shortly after.
Exactly. And I think that's what happens in a lot of zombie media, and that a lot of people don't think about. They just think it's the virus. But I think the zombies actually carry some really nasty shit on them that will just kill people just upon making contact beyond the skin, right? So the other thing I want to get into too, when it comes to how we are infected, is I don't think this virus is only limited to people. I think this actually spreads onto animals, as I stated in my intro, but it could also spread onto marine life and possibly even insects, which is really, really fucking terrifying.
I mean, we do have that one ant that does implant a parasite that's like mind control.
Exactly. It's really fucked up.
Oh, no, it's not an ant. It's a rice of fungus. Kind of like the Last of Us kind of shit, which scares me. So I'm sorry to say, I see a clicker running towards me. Oh, I'm fucking booking it. I'm going.
Yup. And I also think this would also be in the water. And so basically you would be drinking the shit, but the thing is, it doesn't force you to turn into a zombie. It's just the virus is already in your body. It's just waiting for that trigger to take place. So I just thought I would bring that up, and because in my mind, that's how I always thought it was. I always thought that we were already infected. It's just up to that target to die now.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue, Jacob.
I forgot. So coating myself with the zombie blood, make sure not to get it in any major crevices. Asshole. Make sure, try to walk the same as them. Gotta study them.
Right.
Like if they're limping, you gotta limp somewhat. If they're not limping, you gotta keep like looking like you are dead. Get some makeup. Maybe like put some like really dark circles around your eyes, or put like some red makeup or like lipstick around your mouth. See like there is blood around you.
I deadass was going to mention eyeshadow, and you beat me to it.
Yeah, like eyeshadow. And I think that would be a good part of blending in and sneaking into new places, like convenience stores or other houses that you could possibly loot.
Right. Though there's only one problem I see with this. If you get one gung-ho asshole that wants to spray a magazine into a crowd, and you're in that crowd. Yeah, again, you'd probably hit the deck.
I'll probably like hide behind an alley and hit the deck.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Matt, what would you do? Would you stay put, or would you move as soon as possible?
For me, I'd actually stay put, because like I said, I live out in the country. I live on lakefront, pretty much lakefront property, with a bunch of the elderly and stuff, that a lot of them are heavily armed.
Okay.
So I could literally stay put probably for a good month or two before they start making their way over here. And then, even then, like, I have access to boats. I can take a boat and just sit on the water for a bit if necessary.
It's funny that you bring up water because I'm
Oh, I
going to
know.
talk about that here soon.
But
Yep.
no, I'd probably spend more time fortifying, probably getting hold of a welder if possible, getting a car prepared and armored up to get the hell out.
Yep.
Because that's just a smart thing to do when you live out in the country. There's a lot of trucks, there's farm equipment,
That's right.
hunters.
Yeah.
So you can spend time fortifying a vehicle with something like a freaking plow.
Yeah.
And then board up the not really can't board up windows on a car because why would you put holes in a car? It causes it to rust over time. But weld the bars along the windows and shit like that so they can't break in. The only problem I see is gas being a problem.
Yes.
Granted, you could always get a garden hose and siphon some tanks. I don't condone that action. Including right now in this day's economy, I don't condone that action.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, if I'm outside, like I'm at work or some shit, I got some people. We got some pretty heavy steel parts that we use that you can swing easily. I think we'd be fine for a bit. Plus, we have the big ass cargo doors we can just slam shut. The only problem I see is the front office windows, because they're the full floor to ceiling windows.
Alrighty. All right. So every single person I've actually asked this question, the majority of the answers have been staying put. What's really weird is I actually think you should move. And here's why. I don't want to stay put because you're basically waiting for the inevitable to happen, which is being surrounded. Okay. So basically, the way zombies work is that one zombie on its own, you can easily take on. However, killing a zombie also means and that you're drawing attention. And the way zombies work is that they either try to corner you or they try to completely surround you. And I think the best course of action is to run and avoid. However, if this takes place at my house and I'm in and Matt, you know where I am. I shouldn't even say it
You're
in this
kind of
podcast.
outside of town, but kind of inside of town.
I'm in a very populated area right now. It's heavily populated. So my goal would basically be, okay, I need to get out of here. However, I need to basically collect all of the essential things I need. I need to get a backpack. I need to take some food, and I need to take anything with me that is going to protect me, such as any kind of firearms or weapons, just basically on my way to protect myself. However, I don't want to initially engage in combat. I want to keep myself hidden and I want to stay away. And I eventually want to get to some part where I am basically away from a heavily populated area, as that means I am more likely to avoid them, right? And so basically, if a zombie spots me, I might want to take them out, and then try to get away and be unspotted somehow. I mean, I don't know if they just detect your scent because you're alive. I don't know how that works because all zombie media is completely different, but I would want to keep hidden and go.
Say,
So
since you mentioned that, I want to do a little breakdown of zombie media when it comes to that.
okay.
Because we have shit like The Walking Dead. Their eyesight's fairly poor, but they can hear you go take a shit in an alley like half a mile away. Then you got stuff like Dying Light. Their sight's pretty fucking good. Their hearing's pretty good. They're hyper aggressive. And you got your special infected and stuff like that. Then you got the one zombie I hope to God never happens. World War Z zombies that'll climb up each other and use you as a ladder.
Yeah. I think when it comes to zombies, we're just going like traditional, and so we're not going like Black Ops and like super OP zombies that get stronger and have like
Train to
power.
Busan.
Yeah, and
But say Train to Busan or Dawn of the Dead. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
They have some sort of
Yup.
brains. They have some sort of motor function.
Yep, exactly. And what's interesting is that the undead, they are more likely to spawn from corpses that are more fresh, and since there's more organic tissue to, like, trigger and bring back to life, I don't think you're gonna see a zombie emerge out of like a old grave or something, because there's just nothing but bone there by now. So
Usually
I
bone,
think,
or it's like very leathery flesh and muscle.
yep, and you're not gonna see that resurrect. It's not Evil Dead. This is a virus that is spreading onto fresh dead bodies, most likely.
Right.
And whatever the cause is of death, they're gonna become a zombie, right? So and so basically their brain function would most likely be pretty fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like a few days later and the brain is all fucked up and pretty much dead.
Right.
And because that's a real life thing. And like when someone has a seizure, if they lay there long enough, a lot of their brain cells are going to die. But
Yeah.
but the thing with the zombie is that if the person dies and immediately rises, they'll have a lot of really good motor functions.
Yeah, they'll retain a lot of the neurons in the brain, which will fire almost at full capacity or even beyond normal human capacity.
That also means a far stronger body. And since they're undead, they are going to throw all of their strength into breaking down a door. And this is why you want to evade, because you ain't going to stand up to an army of zombies that are fresh.
Oh, hell no.
Right? Or I mean, dude, even one is going to be a struggle. Finding a man is already a challenge. But basically, when you're fighting something that's trying to bite you and it doesn't have limitations, because it doesn't really feel anything, And so that's why it's best to avoid, because I mean you're just not going to be able to take it on.
Right.
So yeah, crazy.
I honestly, I'm going to put this thought in your heads, as you guys are huge wrestling fans compared to me. If I see any wrestler as a fucking zombie, I don't give a fuck what the hell's happening. I'm running. I'm not going to face that man. I'm running. I'm getting the hell out of there.
Oh, dude, could you imagine like fucking Big Show as a zombie? That's so fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Dude, could you imagine like a 7-foot dude turning into a zombie? That's some scary shit.
I mean, the Left 4 Dead has the tank. That might as well be the Big Show.
Oh, dude, that would suck. Could you imagine like being crowded by like 4 big giant zombies? Fucking terrifying. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
No, that would be. It's either I'm running or I'm just going to say fuck it, take me.
Yo. Okay, so moving on to question 2. So, depending on your choice, if you can't just keep moving, if you're on the move, right? If you decide to just move like me, if you decide that at some point you can't just keep moving, what kind of location is perfect for a safe house for one person, which is you? Or if you stay put, how do you zombie proof your safe house?
Well, since I did decide to stay put, shit. It's actually a tough one because there's so many good locations, but the problem is you said on your own. It's just you.
It's just you at this point in time.
Can I just take a food truck?
If you want.
No. In all seriousness, what you probably would want to do is find a house with one of those old school like wine cellars outside. The 2 twin doors that lead into the basement. Because I have a small feeling that even though the zombies have motor skills and brain function, they're not going to be able to function that. They won't be able to perceive that very well. Including if you hide it under debris and shit like that and reset it every time you go in and out.
Yeah.
Because then the only thing you really need to do is fortify the door and then have your little base set up, your stove or whatever, your bed, your workbench, so you work on your arsenal, your Minecraft chest in the corner to store your stupid shit. But if I have to keep moving, And in all reality, I'm probably only going to take a car so I can get to like the outskirts of a town. Because think about it. You drive that car straight through town, including if you're going to loot that said town, it's going to draw all attention to that car and they're going to rip it apart. But if you park it mile and a half out of town, you can just leave it behind a tree in the woods somewhere, walk in, grab your shit, get out, then drive through town.
You want to know what I think about the vehicle thing? The vehicle sounds useless only if you're in a less populated area and like basically out on like a far stretch highway where there's like nothing for miles.
Right.
But I think if you have a vehicle in a town or a city, I think you're fucked because the vehicle would make sound, and I think that would alarm a lot of attention.
This is where I put a hole in your plan in 2022. Teslas exist.
Right. There you go.
They make almost no sound. They make some sort of sound because obviously safety reasons. Because if it didn't make sound, children would be killed left and right. Because people are idiots when they drive electric vehicles for some stupid freaking reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to poke a hole even in that plan. I'm going to charge it because there's no one to maintain the power grid anymore.
There's no power. Exactly.
And the only way to be able to charge it would be a gasoline or diesel power generator, which creates
which is loud as fuck.
Exactly. So you would be able to get the 300 mile whatever charge out of it, and then you would have to get all your stuff out, continue walking.
But here's the thing too. Where do you think power comes from in general? It comes from gas.
Exactly.
So, yep.
And I've talked to so many people. The first thing they want to secure gas and diesel. So that's going to be that's the second highest thing people want to go for besides guns.
Now something I forgot to mention on the first one is if I'm on the move, if I'm leaving, I'm going to not go to a place like a gun store.
No, because it's overkill.
Yep. But here's another thing. I would want to get my weapons from home or somewhere nearby. And the reason why is because at this point there's a panic and it's an overcrowd of people who are desperate and they're entering a gun store. That is extremely dangerous because people will kill one another. And on top of that, that's going to lower a big fucking crowd of zombies.
The way I'm going to put it is it's going to be like Black Friday.
Yeah, but worse.
Far worse. There will be bloodshed. There will be corpses, and there'll be living corpses.
And that's why you want to avoid population as much as possible in this kind of situation, because desperate people in these kinds of times, it's all about them, and they don't care what the fuck happens. There's no law. There's moral systems are out the fucking window. They will kill a family with children, everything, just to get food. As it is, imagine a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it would be fucking insane.
I know this is not going to make the correlation to what we're talking about, but there is one game that puts you in a very similar situation like this.
Mm-hmm.
This War of Mine. Even though there's not zombies in it, but it's about you and a group of survivors surviving an ongoing war that's going on, where literally there's a situation where you break into an elderly couple's house and you can steal their food, you can steal their meds, ammo, everything. But then if you go back to the house later on in the game, after you've done that, they'll both be laying there in their bed dead.
Yeah.
If you didn't kill them yourself.
Yep.
That game shows you like true pinnacle of panic in wartime. And it correlates very well with this because it's not stupid, not stupid, but small decisions like that. Like you can break into full like compounds full of people and sneak through, steal their shit, and get out. In this situation, you'll be doing the exact same thing, except for people are going to be a lot more hostile.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Because no, stealing food during wartime is one thing. Stealing food when food can no longer exist to be edible, that's a different story.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it, Matt?
Real fucking crazy.
I mean, the thing about this zombie apocalypse thing was when I first saw this, I thought, I really want to ask myself some really serious questions because there's people, like I said in the intro, there's people who believe that this could possibly happen, and there are people preparing for this kind of
Say
thing.
people legit have taken old Fallout shelters from the Cold
Oh,
War
yeah.
era and just converted them into an entire fucking apartment complex, pretty much.
I know a guy whose basement is just loaded with ammunition, man. I mean, he is prepared. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, cut that part out. I shouldn't even say that. That's not even legal, I think.
No, it's legal.
Okay.
It's legal to stockpile ammunition unless you're, I think it's Sweden. Sweden, you have to have all your ammunition at range,
Yeah.
or your ass go bye-bye. But
Oh
no,
my gosh.
I'll get some more about the firearms thing when we discuss weaponry, because despite me being the car guy here, I know a decent amount about fucking firearms.
There you go.
I can't
Okay.
tear one down and rebuild it, but I can shoot it. I can maintain it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is my answer to this.
Mhm.
If I was to move to a safe house or some kind of safe haven for now, just to set a basis of sorts, I thought of 2 locations because basically we have the whole United States, right, to travel.
Not
And
even just that.
so-
We have Canada, we have South America,
Yup.
Central America. We have up in the Antarctic if you want to get real stupid.
Oh yeah. And 2 things came to mind. One, I want to get up high where there's a lot of hilly, rocky terrain because it's hard to climb.
Right.
And it's hard for them to see you.
Right, because
However-
even if they were to try to climb, one loose rock send them plummeting down.
Exactly. And I thought of that until I thought I would want to be on water. Because yes, they can see you, but it ain't gonna be fucking easy to get to me. But and now I'm not talking about like a little, boat that I'm using little paddles on. I'm talking about
Like a
something.
canoe.
Yeah, something really efficient to be on, like some kind of really nice, livable little boat, right?
Like a
And basically-
pontoon, because pontoons do
Yup.
have a cover. You could always wall it in,
Yup.
and they're fairly efficient
So-
on gas despite their size.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little sailor boat thing,
Yeah.
and it's got like a livable space and everything. I would take that, and basically, I would want to take drastic measures, and I would prep my safe house for extra protection and be prepared to kill or most importantly, escape. I want to make sure that I have a lot of escape area, and I want to be able to do it quick if somehow they were to get to me far away on water. But I don't think they would.
Right.
Because
I agree.
And because this ain't gonna be on a lake. I think this should be on like an ocean, but then again you have like fucking zombie sharks now and shit. So fuck that. Now that I fucking thought about that, but at the same time, it's kind of like what can fucking get to you on water? Especially if you're on a really nice
All right.
fucking durable boat.
I know only one fish that's in our area that I would not like to see as a zombie. That's a fucking pike. Those
Yeah.
bitches are terrifying as it is as a normal fish. But as a zombified fish and how fast they move,
Yup. Mhm.
no day. Hell nah. Get me out of the water.
Basically, my advice is be prepared and make sure your safe house is easy to escape or to stand off against anything if that's what you're forced to do.
So I just
But
realized
I think
I never
Hmm.
answered the question. I fucking
Oh, I
bounced
thought you
around
did.
the fucking question and we got on the topic of electric cars and fucking
Oh, yeah.
generators.
all right.
Is it my turn?
In my opinion, if I were to stay put at least just for a little bit, scrounge around things, it'd probably be a farm.
Mm.
Because if you think
Okay.
about it, if you need to escape the house, there's usually a barn within a mile of that house.
Oh no. Hmm.
We're not talking about we're going to be staying here 3-4 years waiting for Cletus to grow fucking 80 pounds of corn. we're talking about a couple months till I feel safe to move.
Yeah. I don't know about the barn, man. I don't
Barn's
know.
a ditch effort, because if anything, you could always just lead them through the barn and just set that bitch ablaze and watch a lot of
Yeah.
them burn.
Yeah, as long as you can escape real fucking quick.
Well, that's one thing I like about barns, because usually barns have the big ass double doors on each side, usually a
Yep.
side door, and then it has that
Mhm.
loft window. They can always hop out.
I was
if you're
just gonna
really
bring up the
desperate.
window, get up high, go out the window, set it fucking on fire.
Just
before you
fucking
do.
some Resident Evil 4 jumping through 3-story house windows.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, Jacob.
Is it my turn?
Yep, it's your turn, buddy.
What was the question again?
If you can't just keep moving, and this is if you decide to move, what kind of location is perfect for a safe house for one person, which is you? Or if you decide to stay, how do you zombie proof your safe house?
I would probably leave and find a motel.
Not a bad idea,
So I
because
can
there's many
barricade.
rooms.
Yeah, and you can actually trick some zombies in. Then you can lock them in the room
Right.
and probably
That's
throw
fucking
like a
genius.
grenade in there.
Including some of them have that fucking staircase that goes up, and some of them have the bars on the balcony.
This isn't to shit on anybody. I actually think they would break down the doors. I really do. I actually
That's
think
why
they
you
would.
gotta barricade them.
That's the. Yeah.
'Cause like I said, remember how some motels have the stairways that go to the second floor, but then that entire area is barred off so no idiot jumps off because they're drunk?
Yeah.
What if you just block off the staircase after that?
Well, man, it really depends on how durable they are. I mean, as far as I know, the way to kill a zombie is the head.
Right, but if they try to climb over, depending on the motor skills of that zombie, they might splat their head against the ground.
Yeah, that's true too. Oh yeah.
If they do try to get close, I would stab them in the head.
I actually think that the crowd would follow you in there, and they would just keep busting doors down. I would feel so uncomfortable in there myself.
Are you ready for me to nerd out real quick?
Go on.
I think Jacob needs to watch Zombie Go Boom before he starts stabbing zombies in the head.
I love that fucking show.
What happened?
Zombie Go Boom is like the end all of zombie channels before they stop making content.
Oh my
They
god!
they used very realistic head analogs.
They used to make so much shit, but they don't. Oh my gosh! I felt so bad when they stopped making shit.
Well, it's because YouTube clapped them. They shut down their monetization because it's violent content.
I know. It was so good. Jacob, you gotta fucking watch it. So good.
You
check it out after.
You think stabbing a zombie's easy? It's not.
So cool.
Unless you hit them in the eye. The eye, if you're going for the front of the face, is the easiest place to break in the skull.
That's why I brought up that taking on a man as hard as it is, but man, it ain't gonna be easy when you got these motherfuckers who can't feel anything and they're putting all of their force and momentum into everything.
Like
I mean, and the body is fresh, like I had mentioned.
Like literally, they made it to the point where it's not even good to use sharp weapons unless you're going to disable, not kill. Because sharp weapons, if you're dead in front, a lot of people don't know the front of the face has extremely thick bone.
Exactly.
Like that. When you see people, break their jaws, that's because most likely the tendons of the jaw ripped instead of the jaw actually breaking.
The thing I like about that show is like, okay, I understand where some people are coming from, and they're like, well, they say it's zombies, but it's really showing you how to kill a person. It's like, okay, whatever. But the thing is that a human zombie is literally a human. It's just undead, and its bone structure and everything is the same. And the whole point is to get to the brain. And they want you to know that if a zombie apocalypse had ever taken place, these are the tools, objects, and weapons that you will most likely want to get a hold of. Dude, one of their highest rated weapons was a fucking number 2 pencil.
I know, because you can put it through a temple real easily, because the point.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's fucking mad, dude.
But no. I'm going to ask Jacob one question before he continues on. What do you think the softest part of the skull is?
Side of the head.
Right, the temple.
Yep.
The second softest is the back of the head.
Yep.
That's why when they usually do a bunch of their blunt weapon stuff, they tell you when you go to strike, not from the front, you sidestep and smack.
Yep. Exactly. Hey, we're telling people how to survive, man.
We're also telling them how to kill people, but we don't need to mention that part.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't tell what to use. It's okay.
All right.
Continue,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Continue on, my man.
And also, if I do have to leave, I would find the fire escape and get back in the car if they haven't destroyed it yet, or I'll find something else I could ride on.
Jacob does have a point. I completely forgot about the fire escapes.
Yeah.
That's a really damn fast
and
escape
dude,
route.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Fucking beast of a weapon.
That's a good blunt weapon, and you can also blind them.
Right, you can use the
as well.
spray, and even then use the spray, depending on what fire extinguisher is, it can create a puff of smoke, obscuring vision, and you can get the hell out.
If I have to pick another place, I would possibly do like a martial arts store where they have so many other weapons. I'll stock up, leave that place, and here's a funny way I would like to kill a zombie. I would like to shove a bow staff through the mouth, out the head, then keep on twisting and twisting, like running around the body, then until it pops.
Pop goes his head.
Yep.
Pop goes
then I
the
freaking have
zombie.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
I want to see
Then I
that
still
now.
have the head. I still have the head on top of the thing, and I keep on whacking other zombies with it.
I'd love to see that. That sounds like a beautifully gory sight.
It kind of reminds me of the Edvergy from the forest.
Yep.
And you can actually whack people with it.
Why does that sound like something that Ash Williams would do?
That probably is.
Because probably is.
Groovy.
I
You
can
see
totally
this?
see
This
fucking
is like
Ash doing that shit.
Groovy.
Fucking groovy, man.
All right. What's the next question?
Okay, so what I find interesting is that you guys were talking about getting supplies, and that actually is the next question. So here we go. So, so now that you're in your safe house basis area, whether you stayed or whether you went and decided to make some kind of brief safe haven for now, how do you set up to gather food and supplies in a world of undead infected? This includes undead humans, animals, marine life, and possibly even insects. Okay. So, whether it's a town, city, or even the wilderness, it's going to run a high risk of being killed. But survival is risky. So, you have to. Okay, so you must take what you feel is your best option and just go in as prepared as possible. If you are to go out for anything like gathering food and essential things, that means better survival. So I would gather anything. So I would gather something that would allow me to carry these items in like a backpack and so on. And I would be going for like canned food, anything that lasts forever food wise. And so there's actually like apocalyptic food and that you can get. Yep, exactly. And it lasts forever or more than 20 years. I would be going for tons of bottled water as much as I possibly could. I would be trying to get medication. I would be trying to get first aid supplies. I would be getting emergency supplies, and I would be getting clothes that guarantee survival during seasons like the winter and stuff like that. And of course, I would be trying to get weapons if possible.
Listen here, motherfucker. There's one problem with bottled water.
All right, go on.
It does expire.
Yeah.
In like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but it's still better than nothing, man.
Well,
I would be trying to
just saying. Do you know why water expires?
Go on.
Why?
Plastic.
Yeah.
The bottle itself is what expires, and but the chemicals that are in the plastic seep into the water. That's why if you
I have a funny fact to tell you guys, and you're not gonna believe me. So Matt, where I used to live on 700 East, the guy who lives on the opposite side of 700 East, He's the guy who created bottled water.
Seriously?
Yep. He's literally far from us. He created bottled water.
But what I was going to say is, what you could do with bottled water is, I have a stainless steel water bottle.
Yep.
What
So
you
just
do
pour
it,
it
yeah,
along
you
whenever you can.
pour it in there, and then you
Yeah.
store it. Because you gotta
Yeah.
think, a lot of people are gonna be, if they go to like Walmart, shit like that, they're gonna be grabbing the food, they're gonna be grabbing the clothes, shit like that. They won't think to grab the fucking water bottles. Because they'll just
Yes.
grab the actual bottled water.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that if you got any kind of like special cup or something, or like any kind of thing to drink out of that's not plastic, use it.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
if it is a crappy little canteen, a canteen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
It's
steel.
better than. Yeah. I agree.
Continue, Mike.
But basically, what I'm getting at is that everyone's going to have a different choice depending on where they are, but each one is risky, as I said. If you're going into the wilderness to hunt and scavenge for things, you got to watch out for like them fucking zombie bears.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Oh my
God we don't
God.
have bears around here, Mike.
Exactly.
Well,
and,
correction.
you got all.
We do, but they're in the sanctuary. There's only like 3 of them.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying because again, it's not just limited to humans now. I mean, everything
I
can
mean,
kill and infect you now.
right.
Jeez. So basically, whatever decision you make, go for everything that's essential to your survival.
Right.
Everything. Yep, that's what I would do. Jacob.
I would probably stock up on water and get the bottles, like Matt said. Also, I really gotta like, if I am out in the wild, I need to really be careful if I'm hunting, because you never know what kind of animal is gonna is infected or is not infected. Like you said, bears.
Real quick interruption. I'm very sorry, but that actually comes into effect up here in Indiana because of that one deer disease that makes it look like the deer is dead. It's a rotting corpse, but it's not.
Yo, yeah, I've heard of that.
So it could
Really?
be a perfect. Yeah, I forgot what the hell it is, but the faces start rotting and stuff like that, and no one knows why. It was a bad thing
What
up here
the
a year or 2 ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
How the
dude,
fuck am I hearing about this now?
I barely heard about it myself a couple of years ago, and I'm like, that's fucking terrifying. Because now that disease, wherever the hell it exists, it could be a zombie deer, it could be a normal deer. You'll never know unless
Hold
you
on.
get close and find the fuck out.
I have to look this up. I have to look this up. Deer is
Look it up later.
disease makes
Look it up
you.
later.
Well, too bad. I'm looking it up.
You piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
Oh my. Oh god. Oh
yeah,
god.
see what I mean?
Oh.
Say it came from
Oh.
It came from North Carolina and came all the way up here for a short
It's
period
called-
of time.
Oh god.
Yeah,
It's an infectious disease. Man, I didn't know about that though. That really fucking freaks me out.
Yeah,
That's
but
yeah.
it's stopped up here, to my knowledge. So,
wow.
but
That's crazy.
continue on, Jacob.
Like, I gotta really be careful with hunting. Like, what could I eat if I if I do take down something, should I boil it? So the like all the germs isn't in the meat.
You know what? That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's a
that you
damn good
make.
point.
Because if you're hunting, you got to tell whether or not it's a zombie, which I actually think you should be able to tell because the body would somewhat be decomposing to some kind of degree. And
I think the eyes should be red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eyes will probably be like bloodshot or there's
But
blood vessels broken.
The thing we mentioned already is that it's already in your body. it what
Yeah,
and so
might.
it's not so much the animal having the virus in its body that is a problem, but yeah, you just cook it as normal, and you would pretty much be fine. I
Okay,
think.
since we're on the topic of cooking, question is, do you
Yeah.
boil it and let it spoil faster, or do you burn it so it stays fresh longer?
I would
Well,
boil it for a little bit, then roast it.
well, I mean, it depends if the animal is sick in the first place, or if it's completely fine. I think you just cook it like normal because the virus is already in your body, like I said. And so I mean,
But this isn't
But we
about the
don't-
virus. This is
we don't
about
wanna-
preservation. How long the food
Yeah.
can stay,
Oh,
good
yeah,
before it
that's true.
spoils. Because you
Yeah,
gotta think,
and
if
you
they can
can't.
smell, they're gonna smell that shit if it spoils.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point too. And the thing is that you can't freeze the fucking shit.
No. Well,
There's no way to freeze it.
probably for a couple months while the power's still on. But once that power goes out, like I said, because there'll be no one to manage the power grid,
Yeah.
it's done. It's over. You have no refrigeration. You have to somehow learn to make ice.
So what you do is you don't hunt for anything big. You hunt for like small stuff like
Rabbits.
rabbits, and so basically you're just sitting down and you're hunting for one small meal for tonight. That's
Right.
what you're doing.
Oh.
It is just to get something quick. I don't think you're gonna be planning out this big fucking meat fest and traveling with it,
You're not
because
gonna go roast a fucking pig.
no, because like you
Get the
said,
skewer.
that does lure, attraction, and it could lure the undead. They could smell that shit. And even if it was like a rabbit or a squirrel, they could probably smell that shit too.
Oh, most definitely. If they can smell us, they can smell those, and those things smell worse than we do. We
Yeah.
shower, they don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that part is kind of tricky, I think, trying to survive on the wilderness,
Right.
especially if there is a population of zombies nearby, whether it's man or animal zombie.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, we keep interrupting Jacob, and I feel like shit.
I know. Well,
Yeah, you
and
fuckers.
the thing is that everything he brings up, it's an interesting discussion.
That is true. That's true.
Yep.
Are you guys saying I'm interesting?
Very
you.
interesting.
Yeah.
All
All right,
continue.
Jacob.
All right. And also, what if you're in the middle of the ocean and you have no knowledge of the outbreak, and you start seeing the fish acting weird?
Right. He has
Then
a
they
very
start jumping
valid
at
point.
Yeah. Well.
Here we go. Tangent number 9.
Again, at the beginning, we are not on water.
But
That's
he's
somebody was
speaking
there.
though, like say it's a fisherman who just went out to go get his daily catch or something, and then the fish start
Yeah.
getting infected.
Yep.
He won't
But I
notice
don't-
that.
But I don't think that would apply to us though. But that is a really good point for someone
Bitch,
else who
just
happens
for
to be on
that,
water.
I'm gonna quit my factory job and go to Japan, become a whale fisherman.
Save the whales, you bastard!
But the thing is that the news would already be saying like there's
True.
something weird going on, and then at some point they would be saying the dead are rising into the undead, and so basically the world would already be notified.
True, because
I mean, keep in mind, everyone's got phones, all this shit at
right,
this
because we
point.
do
So
live in the age of social media and technology,
Yep,
so it's spread
and
like
even
wildfire.
those fishermen, despite how far they are, they would still have some kind of service to use, perhaps.
Amish people.
Amish.
The Amish are the ones
Well-
that we have to look out for because they don't have
Well, poor
phones and
Amish.
shit.
Oh well, that's their problem. I hate to sound like that, but it's true.
All right,
It's
back to Jacob.
Jacob.
I would say I would say if I'm still around my motel, probably lock everything up, run off, still hide from the zombies, take down some if I can, and probably loot the local shops, see what's in there, and get medicine, get food, get liquid, any kind of liquid, not piss.
Don't pull Bear Grylls on us.
Oh, cronky! I'm gonna drink my own fucking piss. All right. But I would really get some of the certain supplies like I need, like liquid, like probably some healthy juice like that. Even milk. Like I have to watch out for milk as well. Like that can really go bad and
Oh
fuck
yeah.
you up.
I mean, I have one comment, but I'm going to keep that to myself on this one.
Okay, so
Yeah, because I don't need you guys interrupting me. No shit.
I really want to say it now because you said that.
All right. Then I would try to get back home the best I can. Maybe take down a few zombies if they're in the way. Actually, if we are still on still somewhat on the topic of weapons, I would try to find some body armor.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah. Find a
agree with
flak
that.
jacket or something. Something lightweight you
Yeah,
can still
or
move
like-
easily in.
Or like, you know how they test security dogs?
Yeah. Yeah, those big ass, I think they're
Dog suits.
foam. Yeah, the big ass foam dog suits, wherever they use.
Yeah,
The
and
only,
you get like a bulletproof helmet.
but the only problem with the dog suit is it restricts movement quite a bit.
you know what I just imagined? I just imagined a guy in this suit, and this other guy's got like a fucking zombie on a chain, and he lets him loose on a fucking guy to bite him.
That's some Shaun of the Dead shit right there. Shut up, Mike.
All right, go get him, boy.
The thought's so fucking
Yeah.
stupid. I love it. All right.
I would try to get like kind of like heist armor. Like if you're trying to pull a heist and there's heavy machinery out there.
Right. Like I said, like a flak jacket, it's light, it's flexible. Then
Yeah, and there's some armor on it.
yeah, just something that protects you, just in case someone gets a little trigger happy.
Oh yeah, if someone gets
Yeah,
a little.
or something that's not hard for the zombies to break through.
Right. Because they can't claw through a plate of steel. At least I
Or
hope not.
they can't bite or claw through steel. Yeah,
Right.
and that'll make it easier to get supplies and quickly get back to my safe house.
That and you can just pimp slap someone across the face.
Yeah. Okay. You know how they have branding for like cows and stuff?
Yeah.
What if you're on a farm and you find that and the zombie's trying to attack you? Then you knock them off their feet and they're trying to get up. Then you like brand right through their fucking head.
I want a dick-shaped brand just for that purpose.
Like from Jackass.
Yep.
Do you want to know what I imagine now? I imagine so Jacob's safe haven is a motel. I just imagine Jacob behind the counter and zombies are walking in and out, and he's just like, "Enjoy your rooms." Oh,
That's
we have some
fucking great.
brains today from this fresh dead carcass. Oh, it has risen. I'm sorry. This is off the table today. And then they all just look at Jacob. And he's like, oh shit. I
Oh,
believe
shit.
I'm about to be zombified. Alright.
All right. Next question.
Next question.
Not next question. You forgot a man.
Now
All
you
right,
stated this
Zach.
safe. Oh, sorry.
Mike,
All
you
right.
forgot
Matt,
a
what
man.
were you gonna say? What were you gonna say after when I say milk? What were you gonna say?
Make sure it's not Shadow Cow branded or we are fucked.
Are you fucking serious? God damn it!
Only Trevor will know what that means, as well as Chris.
And me.
Anyway.
Oh
And
yeah,
you.
just a newsflash for everybody. We have personal memes between us, so if you guys don't understand that,
It's basically
you.
inside
You-
jokes.
But no,
Yeah.
the reason I said you forgot a man is I have not had a chance to answer this question.
I thought you.
No, we started with Mike.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
crap.
Here-
Okay, Matt, you go.
All right, first off, pretty sure by this time I'm going to be outskirts of town. Guaranteed, I'm not going to be on the farm anymore being an idiot. I'll be in the outskirts of town, moving from town to town. What I'd do is I'd find a rooftop and a pair of binoculars and scout out the best route through town to loot.
You have a sniper?
Not using a sniper rifle, no. Way too much noise. Those things are fucking loud.
Why you get a suppressor?
Do I have a military license?
Yes.
I hope not. I don't want to be drafted. Not in this shit.
This is fucking zombie apocalypse. Fuck the army.
Fuck the army indeed, because I'd be stealing their shit. I want an M4 something. A1?
A tank.
But no.
I want a tank.
Jacob, you realize a tank has a V12 engine and those bitches are as loud as a monster truck full throttle just sitting there?
Don't worry, I'll get a Tesla tank.
That's Elon Musk's next invention. We're getting electric tanks, boyos.
Oh my god. Cheese and fucking rice.
No, in reality, if I'm going to go searching for supplies, I am going to climb a roof and I will scout before I do anything. Because if these zombies have brains, or if there's bandits, a group of fuckers in town, you can find patrol routes. You can find the hot spots. Avoid those at like night or something and be able to get your supplies without a problem.
Mm.
And also, don't get a backpack. Get a rucksack.
Mm.
A rucksack is a duffel bag. That's a backpack. They hold a lot of shit.
There you go.
And
I was
since
just,
they have
I was just giving out an example.
well, I know,
You know,
but
yeah.
also comes into play if you're going to get hold of military grade equipment, you have molly strips.
Yeah.
Molly strips you can mount magazine pouches and all kinds of shit to, or even a hydration tank. I know a little too much. I'm sorry.
No. That's perfect for this episode.
Because the funny thing about this is,
otherwise, I'm disappointed in you, Matt.
I started learning airsoft stuff, and a lot of airsoft stuff also coincides with fucking military things. Okay? Like, I have a chest rig in my freaking closet right now that has a freaking 4-pouch for magazines for an M4 that I could use for actual M4 magazines.
Mm-hmm.
For the M4 I don't own. And probably never will because it's a military weapon.
Okay.
But no.
Is there any?
But what you can also do is, like I mentioned, the hydration pouches for airsoft. You can actually gut the pouch out and have a mini backpack.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I learned a little too much. Okay.
All
I'll admit
right.
it.
Is there anything else that you guys want to mention on question number 3? Anything else?
Pot.
No.
Pie.
No. No. Could bake a nice fucking pie, but no. They'd smell it and we'd be doomed.
Okay. A nice juicy turd.
They'd smell that too, but I don't think they would want it.
Never know. They're
Yeah.
made of decomposed flesh and shit. So,
You got a point. All right, next question.
So, if you decide to keep moving beyond your safe house, you've been here for a while, you decide it's time to venture out and find survivors and create a large or small group if possible. Do you do that, or do you keep doing what you are doing?
So you're saying I need to get busy?
No,
if
yes, maybe.
if you're planning to repopulate, I guess, but I wouldn't be thinking about that during the zombie apocalypse, unless you're just really stressed out. Then
I was about to say, if you're stressed out, you need to get laid.
well, there is that zombie over there.
Mike, since you said that, I have to ask the question. Can we fuck the zombies?
And your dick has fucking
zombie. You want to know what's weird?
Use a condom.
When I thought of this episode, I kept thinking, if I know Matt, he's gonna ask something about like hentai zombies or something.
I mean, I literally sent the picture of in anime zombie chick like 2 hours ago. It's in the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my god. I'm gonna say you can't for quite a few reasons. One, it wouldn't be trying to fuck you back. It would be trying to bite you. I mean, yeah, that's kind of kinky, but that ain't gonna fucking work out very well.
That's why you gotta cut the torso off.
Just keep the legs.
I've always been a leg man.
Well, we don't got bulb dolls no more. I guess I'll just take this lower part of this female zombie with me whenever I need to get some urges out.
I've always been a leg man.
I've always been a bottom half kind of guy.
Why did I have to ask that question? I caused this whole catastrophe.
But if someone's an upper half kind of guy.
So if the tits don't fall off.
You've seen that?
All right. Back on topic, please.
Okay.
We'll start crying if not.
Wait, Matt, you just saying that the tits will fall off. You ever seen that Robot Chicken sketch?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Where were we again?
Okay, so how the heck did I get there? Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that you're basically at your safe house for a while. You decide you want to go out and try to find survivors if possible to create a smaller large group. Do you do that or do you just keep doing whatever you're doing?
Wait a minute.
Because you're surviving fine.
I know how we got on the subject. Someone mentioned getting busy and we just went fucking gone.
Yep.
To the field.
Yep. Matt, editor, replay that part again.
No, I will not.
So you're saying I need to get busy?
All right, can we please get back on topic?
Okay, Matt, you go first.
Okay, we'll be a smartass because I have to. I would need a rogue, a cleric, a paladin, and a fighter.
Okay, so you're saying that you want to go out.
I literally just described a D&D party.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all, dragon.
In all seriousness, it'd probably be a small group of maybe 4 to 5 people, excluding myself. Because, like I said, you only need 1 or 2 people to go out and fetch supplies. Always.
Yep.
Always on guard. You only need 1 or 2 people on guard at all times. For very obvious reasons. If someone comes into the safe house, or comes to the door of the safe house you don't know, you want something pointed at them, not try anything funny.
Yep.
And then, of course, you need the 1 zombie chick, as we previously discussed.
And her tits fall off.
But no,
oh my God.
In all seriousness, you need someone that has some sort of medical experience. No, someone climbs a fence, they cut their dick in half, we need to sew that back up real quick.
Jeez and rice.
I mean, that's a joke from Project Zomboid, because if you climb a fence in that game, you can cut your groin.
Oh my God. Ladies and germs, I am so sorry.
I'm sorry, the game
sorry that you're
planted the
having
seed,
so
not
much
me.
fun.
Yeah.
I just made another joke on top of that without trying. I apologize.
Would you make out with a zombie?
I don't know. You want to miss half your face?
You would die. You would die.
I mean, if it was jawless, you probably could.
No, it's got all that nasty germs and
Rip
shit,
the teeth out, shove a towel up there real quick, staple it to its face.
God, dude, imagine all that fucking drool. Like,
Right.
oh, that's fucking nasty. Decomposed mouth. That sounds so fucking gross.
Hey, Mike, your turn.
What? All right. So here's what comes to mind. I would say yes, I would go out and try to find survivors. However, you will have to move your safe house to a location that is designed for large groups and guarantees survival and teamwork. Teamwork is the most essential thing, even if it's someone you don't like, because survival is about living, and that's the most important part.
Teamwork
and it's
makes
not
the dream
about
work.
your selfish needs. So you have to work as a team to guarantee your best survival. You have to. You have to be civil in this kind of situation when you're running into survivors, regardless if you get along or not. That's what
Right.
I think. And
Right.
and the thing is that your safe haven, you had chosen, designed it just for you, but now you are going out. You're trying to find survivors. Now you have to move it because you can't fit too many people in this small area. And on top of that, you might lure more zombies. So basically, you have to move your safe haven where there's less population, but at a better basis. So,
AKA, we're going to break it down a simple way. You live in a shitty 1-bedroom house right now. Need to go to a 4-bedroom house with 2 bath, a basement, and the garage in the backyard.
you know what? I would still be on water, but I would get like a way bigger ship, and as a team, I would have us go through and try to eliminate any kind of possible threat, and then just fucking cruise off. That's what I would do.
My personal opinion, you should pull a Noah and just build the ark.
Yeah. Yeah, have a beard and a fucking staff. And it's like, yes, we have 3 other humans. Step forth on this giant thing I've built for only 4 of us. But unlike you, I would want a smaller group to start with. However, on the journey, I do think you would run into more people, and then that guarantees that you could try to repopulate if possible. Try to grow the economy back and try to fight off the undead, and then just get back to humanity the way it was.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't actually explain the rest half of the long run because you don't know if there's going to be a long run.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Like, granted, yeah, I could start with my 4 guys and me.
The last question involves that, but
like I said, I can have my 4 peoples and me, and just go town to town to town looting, and hopefully not running into bandits because unnecessary bloodshod's a very bad thing nowadays.
And I just realized that I also answered question number 5.
We can go in greater detail at the end of that.
Okay. Yep.
But no, to elaborate, yes, you could start out small, but that's the best thing. You start out small and slowly acquire people of greater skills. Like,
exactly.
I don't need a mechanic for cars if I'm to use cars, because I'm not going to say I'm the smartest mechanic in the world. I have enough knowledge to fix a vehicle.
Yep.
I need a medic because I can do first aid, but I can't do apply splints or stop mass bleeding, shit like that.
Yep.
But you get your essential stuff. You get your scouts, your scavengers, you get your guards, you get your meds, you get your mechanic, because even though, yes, mechanic is usually cars, planes, shit like that, we're really good at putting random things together to make deadly objects.
Yep.
I mean, we have Volkswagen Bugs that have engines from trucks in them, and we race them down the road. We can do some stupid shit.
All right, Jacob. What would you do?
I'll probably lock up my safe house. Go look for people, and see if they are friendly, or if they start being hostile. I would say I'll point to the fucking ground and say, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" and push them over and fucking run.
Simple and sweet. I love it.
Yeah, and if I have to do something else, I would, if they are friendly, I would let them in and say, if you would like to stay here, we have to do shifts. Like, there'll be time I would have to go out, there'll be time that you would have to go out. But here's the thing, I'm the only one with the key. I don't know if I can trust you with the key. Who knows if you're gonna lock me out, or
That is a good point.
Very good point.
So yeah, I'm gonna be the one with the key. I'm the fucking master here. You're gonna listen to me and cook my dinner.
You just be very hopeful that none of your people know what larceny is.
The fuck is that?
Breaking and entering,
Do
lockpicking.
you want to know? Do you want to know what this reminds me of right now?
What?
Have you ever seen that movie, The Mist?
Yes, I fucking
Oh
love that
my God.
movie.
That is such a good fucking movie. And this scenario, okay, we're in a scenario and where we're now like acquiring a group, and it's hard to trust one another. It makes me think of the fucking Mist.
Mhm.
It's so. Everybody, if you've never seen The Mist,
Please go watch it.
I believe it's a Stephen King movie.
No,
Dude,
wrong,
you
wrong.
gotta watch that.
It's based.
No, it's not.
It's technically yes, but it's based off, if I'm correct, the novella called The Mist that Stephen King wrote.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good movie.
Okay. Dude,
The ending is going to make you punch a TV, but it's a really good movie.
Oh, yeah.
That ending will
Dude.
hurt.
That is such a good movie. I need to watch that again. Fuck.
Agreed. But
Yeah.
as I was thinking, because Mike said something about groups, we all mentioned the groups. Can we just become the Band of the Hawk?
Yeah, and then one of us will get betrayed by a guy who looks like an angel from heaven.
Yeah.
While the good guy looks like a demon from hell.
Well, Mike ascends to heavenly divineness. I go down to hell.
Oh, fuck. I don't have the figure to look like I'm from heaven. I only have the name, okay?
Yeah,
That's
same.
what I have.
Do I just realize, aren't all three of us named after a saint?
I am. My name is a guardian angel.
Let's say, I know you're an angel. I'm a saint.
Yup.
You ain't no saint.
You're right. I'm not a fucking saint. I'm the hell spawn of this entire
And
thing.
Jacob is a guy from Walmart. I'm just fucking with you.
No.
All right, welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
No, because I know there's a religious story about Jacob. I just don't remember the actual story. So,
yeah. Okay.
other than that,
Anything else, Jacob?
If it is like someone I can be with, we have to, get to know each other, and maybe, just maybe, expand. Yeah, you know what that means.
Yes, I do.
I like
Kids
the
don't know
part
what that
and where
means,
you're
though. We
like,
know.
I love that part and where you're like, maybe, just maybe.
We can expand. Kids don't know what we're talking about. We
think
do.
of Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum.
I hope the God kids
maybe,
don't watch
just-
this.
And just maybe.
Life finds a way.
Oh my God.
Maybe. just maybe.
Ladies,
Finds a way.
onward to the
Life
next
finds a
question, please.
All right.
All right.
Editor Matt's falling asleep over here. Or dead. We
Yeah.
don't know yet.
Number 5.
Number
Once you
5.
have formed, God damn it. Once you have formed a group and are looking for a safe house or home base, what kind of location is now perfect for a larger group?
Answer first.
Yes, sir.
I would stay in a motel.
Mm-hmm.
We could still do shifts and all that shit. And if we've been together for like a long time, give or say like a month or like a few months, I will find another key and give it to you.
Okay.
Because I have all the keys of the motel right now. I raided the motel and I've taken over it.
Please
This
tell
is my
me
safe spot.
you're not putting that massive keyring on your waist and running around town.
No.
Ding, ching, ching, ching.
I was like, ching, 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 ching. What the fuck is that?
I put them in a plastic bag, and I have a little wooden box, and I put it in my bag,
Mike, shut the fuck up.
and I put it in my backpack,
No,
surrounded by cloth.
I had to bring that up because it makes a lot of sense. Because if that's ching, 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 chinging around, it's not just going to bring the Zed's attention. It's going to bring everyone's fucking attention.
Actually,
it's like, oh,
here's
that
the
guy
thing.
has keys.
Here's the thing. I have all the
What?
keys, but here's the thing. I have a safe in my room.
Right.
That Yeah, and I have all the keys in the safe in like a box, and and plus, and guess what? There's a lock on the box inside the safe,
I'm
There you
going to
and
do
go.
this right
I'm
now.
the only one who. Yeah.
Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead. Let you finish your thought.
All right. I have I have the safe combination, and I know the lock combination on the wooden box inside the safe.
All right. Now I will speak.
So I'm the only one who can accept it.
I'm going to guess your safe combination.
All right, guess it.
4, 20, 69.
Incorrect. Fuck it.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Okay, so do you want to know what I thought of when Jacob was talking about the keys and trying to keep quiet with them? I was imagining a bunch of baby zombies getting attracted by the keys.
Baby zombies or a bunch of
Come
fucking
here,
zombie
baby.
cats running around.
Because babies love keys, man. You
So
know?
do cats. Cats fucking love these.
Oh god, babies and fucking cat zombies chasing Jacob.
Giant lion. What if a big
because
lion?
he's got keys going.
So
ching,
fucking
ching, ching.
lion comes out
And
of
they're
nowhere,
just
chases
like-
Jacob down.
And they're just like dazzled by the keys and they're following him.
A fucking lion.
Oh god, that would be terrifying. A zombie lion too? Jeez and rice, man.
I'm sorry to say,
Alright,
but any
alright.
big cat zombie, no go, man. I don't want to see that.
No. Alright, Matt,
Alright,
you
so-
go.
Wait, Jacob,
Mhm.
is Jacob actually done?
I'm actually done. I just wanted to make a joke.
Cheese and fucking rice.
Alright, after this stupid escapade, what's the question again?
Once you have formed a group and are looking for a safe house or home base, what kind of location is now perfect for a larger group?
You know, I'm gonna sound really fucking cliche when I say this. A penitentiary. Because it's all surrounded by chain link fence and barbed wire. And if they were to even get past the chain link fence, the walls are solid fucking brick.
There you go.
And they're almost all the doors are steel. So
Hell
there's
yeah.
no way in hell they're gonna bust that down.
Nice.
I think you have the best safe house idea out of all of us. I really do.
Well, you're not getting a room at my motel.
Well, I didn't want it anyway.
Well, I was gonna offer you it.
But no, there's actually one downside to use at a penitentiary. The cell doors are electronically controlled.
Food is shit.
Keyword.
the thing is
the
that-
cell doors are.
But the thing is that you can rig it somehow to just close it by hand. You really could.
That,
Just
that is true.
somehow.
You most time, literally most of the time, what it is literally just a rail system. Similar
Mhm.
like my welders at work, you can literally just shut them.
But the
Right.
reason I like your location, and I wish I would have chose something like that, is because I used to work in masonry, as you guys know. Okay, so I know about the block and stuff. We used to build blocking areas and for stuff like bears and chimpanzees, and they don't get through that fucking shit. And I don't care how strong a zombie is, they ain't getting through that shit. All of
Should
that,
lock up
all
the
of that,
reasons
all of
of
that rebar and grouted in mortar and saccrete, it ain't happening. It
No.
just ain't happening.
Yeah.
So you have the most durable location, and on top of that, you can add things to that location to further zombie proof that in that area. And now that you have a group, it's all about teamwork. You could really do a lot. You're
think-
fucking set.
I think we actually missed one major crucial part about that. There's also a lot
Oh.
of watchtowers.
Yeah.
There's usually a tower on each corner, one in the yard, overlooking the entire fucking thing. Just in case anyone was
Yeah.
stupid enough to try to break out or cause a riot. So if you get someone posted there 8 hours a day and shift people around, you're set if anyone wants to approach.
Yep. It's perfect. I'm so jealous. I wish I would have chosen that. Yeah.
You can lock up zombies.
Yeah, I can do that too. If push comes to shove, I can just quarantine an area off, make it a
Well,
killing ground.
basically, if you have a scientist in your group that is trying to, I don't know how he would stop the effects. It's already in the fucking air, but wants to
Yeah.
study it for some dumb reason, which I would be really, really suspicious of that.
Right,
But
because
I
for all
could
you
see,
know, he
I
could be
could see
trying to make
somebody being
mutations.
like, "No, don't kill him. Put him in the cell."
No.
Put him in the chamber.
I'm going to save the world.
We're all fucking mad here. We're
Oh
the
my gosh.
scientists. Just admit it. Like I said, Mike, just put him in the chamber. He'll be fine.
Put him
in the
cell.
chamber, bitch.
Anyway, but yeah, that location is perfect. I already mentioned what it was. I would want to find something on water again, like some kind of cruise ship or something. Take my team, go through it, eliminate any kind of threat, and just go. Because I mean, it's gonna be hard to get to us on water unless there's like a fucking zombie whale.
Remember, you said
Dude,
anything
that would
can
be
get
sick.
infected.
That's right.
That would be sick.
That would be
Not
fucking
dead ass. If I
terrifying.
thought a zombie whale.
It would be so. Oh, dude, it would be as
Mm.
terrifying as that infected sauropod from fucking Primal.
Fuck
would be-
yeah.
It would
Fuck
be.
yeah.
It would be almost just like that. I think it's just a big whale going.
You remember the part where the sauropod like jump really in the lava pool?
Yeah.
What if a whale like splashed out of the water and you see it like coming down?
Yeah, man, it'd be so fucking scary. Right on your ship, of all things, though. That's
I'd be
Oh,
terrified.
God.
I already hate water
Yeah.
as it is, or open water. Seeing
Matt
that-
wins number 5. My location is gonna get smashed by a fucking undead whale.
Say that, it's gonna be
Wait,
Jaws.
I didn't know we're getting points for this.
No, I'm just fucking around. Nobody wins or anything. I'm just saying that out of all of us, I do think Matt has the best location. I really do.
We're not getting a room at my motel, and there was free breakfast.
Dude, I get free lunch though. Everyone loves a mean fucking
You
lunch.
get the shitty prison lunch.
Mm,
the
not
shitty
when I'm
prison
cooking.
Cooking.
I can cook. I just choose not to cook. Okay, just saying. Cooking
Shut your
special coming
baby.
soon.
All right. Final question. And I do not have an answer for myself written down because I really didn't know how to answer this. How do you live the rest of your life, and can you?
In fear. It's the only way to really live the rest of your life. Well, in
Yeah.
that
Yep.
situation,
It-
you live in fear until it stops. If it
is
does.
Is it worth it?
I mean, it depends if it's worth it or not. It all depends on what goes down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Depends
If they do find a way to cure it,
Bam. Even if it is like in Dead Rising 2, where you have to take a shot every, I think it's like 12
But
hours,
the
something like
thing
that.
is, it's literally in the air, though. It's in the air. So how do you get rid of that? I mean, if there's
Mike,
no,
crowdbusters
Have you heard? Have you heard of this thing called a bug bomb?
or crowdbusters.
I don't know, man.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean that is a very tough question because trees obviously won't be able to filter the contamination unless you want zombie trees somehow. Don't question it. Could happen.
It's acting like a tree and leaving.
Actually, that should be actually have something similar to that. Well, I'm going to save it for another episode because that goes into the spooky stories type of thing I'm having
Spooky.
planned.
Are
you
we
know
just gonna
what?
read creepypastas all episode? Because I'm down for that.
Matt, do you want to know what that tree thing reminded me of? It fucking reminded me of that big tree guy and from Lord of the Rings, but as a fucking zombie.
It reminded me-
What about that tree from Pocahontas?
Oh God, she always
Guys,
creeped me
you
out.
guys aren't thinking of
She
the right
al-
path, though.
She
Groot.
always creeped me the fuck out. Oh God. Well, actually, there is a zombie group in the Marvel Zombies, I believe, and Groot was also attached to Venom at one point, and it was like a Venomized Groot, and it was fucking
Oh, yeah,
sick.
Venom
That scares me.
He no,
I'm
he says we are Venom, and that's all he says. We are Venom, and it's
Oh.
awesome.
We are Groot.
We are Venom. It's so cool. I love it.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
to you, Matt. Sorry.
When you think about it, all your family could be dead. Your friends could be dead. So you're
Yep.
going to live in a mass state of depression, hysteria, and fear. 'Cause at any
Yeah.
moment in time, someone can knock on your door and take out your entire fucking living, your entire compound, everything. Even in a penitentiary, because I think penitentiaries are really tight quarters. They're not open areas. Perfectly for someone with an automatic weapon to just mow down.
You literally just like summed out like a perfect movie. It's like it's basically like The Revenant, but it's set in the zombie apocalypse, and it's this guy trying to get revenge on a dude who like shot down his family. That would be such a good fucking movie.
Alright, start writing the
Holy
script,
shit.
pretty boy.
Oh, dude,
Zombie insane asylum.
it's basically like Dawn of the Dead / fucking Revenant. It would be so fucking cool.
A little
I
bit of
would
John
dig
Wick
to
in
see
there.
something
Done.
like that. Yeah. It's Keanu Reeves.
But no, like,
Right.
because that's the only other downside I see to a penitentiary is if someone does get in, they can just open fire because there's not a lot of room to move. Granted,
Yep.
he's not going to last very long if people are in the towers, trained enough to home in on a target, but they can do a lot of fucking damage real quick.
That's another thing to keep in mind is that if you have a group, you have to keep an eye on the mental capacity of each person, because it takes just one to lose their mind and turn on everyone.
Alright, Phil, it's
All
your turn in
because
the
they're
sex
scared.
dungeon. Keep the morale high.
I mean, really think about that though. If someone is terrified at all times and losing their mind, they could turn and just shoot on everyone.
Right,
What the fuck do you do?
Right, they can go postal and just fuck it. Done.
Yeah. It's a very dire and terrifying situation.
See, that's why you have ways to improve morale, like dead ass, something
Yep.
simple. You want a horseshoe pit so you can play horseshoes with your buddy over there? Fine, we'll fucking dig it and we'll build it. You want a basketball hoop? Because some prisons have basketball hoops. Fuck it, go play basketball real quick. Go play a quick game with your boys.
Would you like solitary confinement?
Like solitary confinement? Go in the fucking corner. I'll lock you in.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go in a sex
You want-
dungeon and be
you
tortured for
wanna-
14 hours? Fine. I'll go get Felicia. She could torture you for 14 hours.
You want a nightstick up the ass? Sure, just bend over. Let me lube up.
No, they don't
God.
get lube.
Okay, Jacob. How do you live the rest of your life in the zombie apocalypse if you're able to survive? And is it worth it?
Well, here's the thing. I do value life. But when push comes to shove, I'm gonna form a suicide pact.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're like very surrounded by zombies or very surrounded by like fucking crazy people, because the zombie apocalypse is a perfect opening for insane people.
Absolutely.
If Dead Rising has ever told us something, there's going to be freaks, and
Yeah.
they're going to
Yeah.
come. And
Yeah, there's
They're
freaks
gonna
and
come for you.
psychopaths everywhere when it hits the
Yeah.
fan.
yep, there's always going to be something like that.
Well, the thing is,
so
like,
if when push comes to shove, I'm going to get the cyanide.
Oh, I wouldn't get cyanide. I'd make it a whole fucking dramatic performance.
Maybe.
Say, if you're going to do it, go out in style.
yeah.
Fuck style.
Quadruple backflip, pulls a grenade pin, and just holds it.
Okay, I'm not a dead fool. All right.
So okay, so here's what came to mind when you were saying that, Jacob, is like we have laws, and basically every single person tries to keep in a part of themselves at all times. Any kind of horrible instinct or bad thought that comes to mind. I mean, that's what Berserk is all about. That's the message of Berserk, is like everyone has this like inner beast or thing inside of them. But the thing is that we keep it in, and we basically just are human, right? It's just in our nature to be like that, and laws are designed to hold back that kind of primal nature. But basically, the zombie apocalypse would just rid of law. It would be every man for himself. And I actually think that if you're going out looking for survivors, I actually think it would be really hard, because everyone would be fending for themselves, and they would most likely be trying to either use you or basically get to you just for everything and that you have. They will turn on you on a fucking dime. But here's the thing. I ask, you live the rest of your life, and can you, and is it worth it? My answer is, I would probably try for a while. I would have some kind of hope, and that there's still good people out there just like me trying to live. But seeing as the world is now, it's really hard to find a lot of people that have good hearts and are good. A lot of people just don't have that kindness, and like they should. And that's what I try to do every single day. That's why I'm so nice to everyone, even if they're kind of a dick to me. That's why I'm always having a smile on my face. That's why I walk with my chest out, because I try to show people that, and that despite how hard it is and despite how bleak things can be, you can still be positive. You can still try to be a good person. But there's just people who turn away from that and think that's bullshit. That's not the real world. And I think the zombie apocalypse would more so than show that. I would say there's a possibility of finding a woman perhaps that has just as good of a heart, and you guys can try to live together as long as you're happy and you're just trying to survive every single day together. However, if it is so bleak to the point and that you're not finding anyone, or if you're just finding people desperate and are basically fending just for themselves and will do anything to live, including killing you, I really don't think it's worth it. What's the point in just trying to survive if there's no gain from it, right? That's where I would cross the line. Honestly, I would not want to live through this. I really wouldn't. But the last thing I would want is for those sons of bitches to get a hold of me. If it was me, it would be really hard to do. I would burn myself into ashes. You can't resurrect from that fucking shit. Or basically put myself in acid. So that's my answer to the final question.
See, just remember this. If you go into acid, you better have a bad trip into it.
Yeah. I know, but
You better go head first.
but it's a lot better, and then me becoming one of the monsters.
That is true.
I would not want to die knowing that I would be attacking someone innocent
Because
and trying to survive.
But it also
I couldn't.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You go.
No, because
No, I go.
No, you stay the fuck off.
No, you fucking go.
No, you fucking
No,
go.
you fuck off.
No, you
Alright,
fucking
alright.
go.
All right.
No, you fucking.
Everybody, shut the fuck up and sit down.
I am sitting
Okay.
though.
It doesn't matter. Just stand up and
I'm
sit
shit.
down again.
No, because then I have to move the microphone.
Here, I'll do it. There, I sat up and
Fuck you. Your
sat
microphone's
down.
attached to your face. Mine isn't.
Well, too bad. Do it anyway.
I don't have a microphone. I'm talking to you guys with a fucking speaker.
Well, that's just too fucking bad.
Okay, but
I'm
you
gonna
also gotta
rip your
think
eyes-
here. Do you want someone to see you as one of the undead?
No.
Exactly. That's why yours
You know-
makes the perfect
you know-
point.
You know what's weird is I told a few of my family members this. I said if I die, I want to be cremated because I've seen dead bodies and I don't want anybody seeing me like that. It's really weird that you bring that up.
Right, because it's even if it's just in a casket, But if you're resurrected and you're coming after someone, including if they're part of your crew, part of your family that's possibly still alive, it's going to fucking destroy them.
I recommend DC Comics Deceased. It is exactly like that. It's basically DC Comics heroes becoming zombies by way of the anti-equation. It's an alternate reality, and the way they fucking do the zombies is so fucking cool, and it is so emotional. It's one of the best DC stories I've ever read. I highly, highly, highly fucking recommend it. And it is a perfect representation of the zombie apocalypse, I think. I really do. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Better than Marvel Zombies.
way better. Marvel Zombies gets really cheesy, but this Deceased is just really good storytelling, and it's emotional, and it hits the strings. And I won't spoil nothing. It about makes you tear up. It's so fucking good.
Oh no, man. The eclipse fucked me up pretty good. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I've only read a few comics that have really tugged at my strings, and that was one of them. So,
All right.
oh man,
I got a question myself because you never brought it up. Despite
go on.
all the interesting questions we've asked,
Yeah.
what is your choice of weaponry?
Oh, man, that's
Cutlery.
tricky. I would want something small, mobile, but easy to aim, and I target for the head.
All right, Chihuahua, got it.
And I would want, in terms of a melee weapon, I want something that I can swing quick, something that's not too long and doesn't get in the way. But at the same time, if you have something long, it means you keep your distance.
Right.
But if a zombie happens to get up close, I want to draw something out and get him right in the fucking head, right there.
Right.
That's the kind of thing I want to be looking for.
Oh shit. What about you, Jacob?
I want to go for something like something in the cutlery range. Maybe a sword, maybe a machete.
Not bad. Thin blade, but very weighty weapon.
Yeah. Or maybe like a staff of some kind.
I say bow
Kind of
staffs
like what
are.
Donatello.
Yeah, bow staff.
Yeah, bow staff. Something like from the 2012 Ninja Turtles. That Donatello has a bow staff, but it also has a secret button that can have a blade. That could be useful.
All right. Makes sense.
And it can also extend.
Mm-hmm.
Insert penis joke here.
Does it excite you? Does the button excite you?
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I make you
God.
randy?
I
Oh
still love
god,
those movies. Just don't say shit, Mike.
A fucking Austin Powers zombie. God.
Do I make you hungry, baby?
I want brains, baby.
It just sucks that Mike Myers is so old now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that old.
He's like
They can make it work.
He's like in his 50s, dude. Possibly 60s. I haven't Googled it because that requires effort.
So is Sylvester Stallone, but he's still fucking Rambo.
Well, that was probably his last appearance as Rambo, dude. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna be doing that
really.
anymore.
You never fucking know, man.
And then
Dude,
there's
that was
Arnie.
dude, that movie is so fucking good. I loved Last Blood. That was so good.
And this is what it's like to have your heart ripped from your chest.
You know what? I don't get why people shit on Sylvester Stallone as a bad actor when he's a really fucking good actor. I don't care if he's got like a speech impediment.
I'll say
He
that's
is so fucking
that's
good.
the main reason why. It's a speech impediment. They're not most people compared to other actors aren't used to that.
That guy has made me tear up quite a few times in movies. He is a really good actor, and I actually think he got better the older he got.
Dude, I'm gonna say this is controversial as fuck. They bitch about Stallone so much. What about Arnold?
I was just about to bring up Arnold. I was about to compare and say that
Well, Tom Hanks.
It's not that Arnold's bad, but his speech impediment is far worse.
Well, see, but the thing is, though, it's not an impediment. It's It's an
Oh,
accent
well,
due to it being
it's
a
an
foreign
accent.
language.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Oops. But yeah,
Say-
his accent is so strong, and it's so like
But
his voice just doesn't. It's recognizable, but it's like, man, the
It's-
only time I could really take him serious was in Terminator 2. Those
Well,
original-
I don't say, but I agree because in the first two, I can't say even the third one because the third one was not the greatest movie in the world.
Don't even get me started on them damn sequels.
Oh, don't worry.
I
I originally was going to have a podcast with a friend of mine, and we were going to discuss every fucking plot hole in each of the Terminator movies. All
oh
of them.
God. Oh God.
Then they were going to discuss all the plot holes in the Saw movies.
Mhm.
That would have been a shitstorm.
You know, I really think we ended off the zombie apocalypse on a
Oh,
very emotional note.
oh, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done?
I haven't said my piece about weaponry. Cute
All right,
40-minute
go.
montage.
You go on ahead.
No. In a zombie apocalypse, I want to shoot down the most obvious thing everyone's going to say. Don't use a gun unless you have to.
Oh.
Because depending on the caliber of gun, depends on how loud it is and how far away that sound can be heard.
Exactly. You want to keep your distance, man, and avoid because think of it this way: you are outnumbered 1,000,000 to 1.
Right, and if you shoot something like a 5.56, a very common assault rifle round,
Mhm.
a zombie across town will fucking hear that and come marching away. A bandit
Yeah.
across town and probably a little ways beyond that Zed will hear it and start marching your direction. Because that's ammo. That's supplies that they
Guys.
could use.
I heard something. Go away. Hey
So-
guys, did you hear that? Hear what? That shotgun sound? No, me neither.
But no, as Jacob mentioned, get a suppressor. As someone who actually knows, you can't legally get a powerful enough suppressor unless you have a military license. Or you get it
Yeah.
from someone of the military.
Well, just go somewhere and find one. It's the zombie apocalypse.
But even
Yeah.
then, a lot of people will think about that too. And be searching for it as well. So you'll have competition.
Exactly.
So
You know what? I didn't think about competition.
Right. That's
Oh,
why
that
that's why I
makes things even
said
harder.
when searching for supplies, you scout out routes. You don't
Yeah.
just walk
But then
in
again,
blind.
I kind of brought that up in the last question. I kind of brought that up.
But instead of using a gun, you know your gun's your last resort. That's if you need to kill something quickly, get the hell out, use a gun. If you're going silent,
This is when you need the skills of Rambo, and so that way you can just fucking kill everyone along the way, and you could just get the shit you need.
right?
So
But
all that stealth and Black Ops training.
right. But like I said, instead of using a gun, use something like a crossbow.
Yeah.
Because a
Yeah.
crossbow, people say crossbow bolts aren't durable. If you get one that are carbon fiber, you can find them literally at Dick's Sporting Good down the road.
Or made of bamboo. There you go.
You could also
Dick.
fashion your own bamboo.
Just as long as the
Bolts.
zombie panda ain't fucking lured
As
to
long as
it, then
Poe
we're
don't
good.
come out of the fucking woods
Zombie
hunting your ass
can't
down because you took his bamboo. But yeah, a crossbow, and then you have a hunting knife, something that could be used in close quarters, and then your machete, something more long range.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking weeb and use a katana.
Well, you're too late.
Especially a katana from the mall.
Yeah,
Don't fucking do
that will
that.
bend and fucking. You can get one kill if you're lucky.
Oh, I said it broke.
Because if I'm going to recommend any sword, it's not going to be the katana because obviously you'd have to go to Japan or have one forged in the States.
I'll tell you what I recommend. You just get a stick out of your yard and you just use it as a lightsaber and make a bunch of buzzing and whooshing sounds.
I mean, we're not the Star Wars kid, but okay. But what I truly recommend is my actual favorite type of sword, the longsword.
There you
Insert
go.
joke here. Because the
You know what?
longsword, depending on how it's spec'd, more card terms, because I'm a dumbass, it could be a one-handed sword. It can be a 1.5-handed sword. It can be a 2-handed sword.
Yep.
And if you
You
really
guys,
want to get stupid dumbing, use a fucking claymore. I wouldn't
know what?
recommend that because they take a lot of energy to use.
I feel sorry for anyone who had to survive the zombie apocalypse in Japan because there's probably a bunch of fucking samurai zombies wielding like the most durable swords ever. Folded 2,000 times.
Not even just the swords. They also had fucking their own version of the halberd, the naginata.
Yeah. Oh god.
I'm gonna say this right now. I want to save this for another topic, but I'm gonna bring it up very shortly. I'm not scared of the naginata. I'm not scared of the katana. I'm not scared of the ninja's ninjato. You know what the fuck I'm scared of in Japan?
my ninja.
I'm scared of the kanabo. A kanabo is
What about the kabo?
a kanabo is a mace club hybrid. It's about like
What
four and a
about the
half.
hybrid cards?
Listen here, motherfucker, stop your shit. It's a 4.5. I think it's like a 4.5 foot long club, weighs over like 50 pounds. Is meant specifically to break legs.
Oh.
I'm not
Bust
talking
your
about human
kneecap.
leg.
Oh.
I'm not talking human legs, like horse and cow legs.
Oh. Well, okay.
Mike,
I'm
you
sorry.
realize
I know
how
that sounds really mean, but man, it makes me hurt whenever I think about people breaking their legs and shit.
Mike,
Oh.
but here's the bad part.
Just feel
When you realize that
Mike,
horse
Mike,
legs
Mike.
and cow legs are twice as thick as ours.
Yeah, I know.
that's one thick thigh, if you know what I mean.
I've always been a thigh man.
Okay. Speaking of horse, I gotta tell you guys something that I thought of while I was thinking about this episode,
Is it the
and
rape
it sounded
horse?
really no. Hold on. It sounded really fucking stupid once I came to this full realization. So here's what I thought. I thought, okay, I thought the same thing as Jacob. I'm gonna disguise myself somehow, and I basically the scent. Okay, so I was thinking I'll disguise my scent, but how? And I thought, okay, if I run into a horse, for instance, or some kind of animal, I can kill it, gut it, and then I can hide inside of its stomach, right? And close myself in, and they won't find me. But then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, that's fucking stupid, because because then I would be inside of a fucking zombified horse.
But would it notice if you're there if they can't feel anything?
I know, but it would be so fucking stupid.
All right. Okay. Mike, when you said get a big fucking stick from the backyard, it reminded me. I also have another weapon. A
Oh,
rolled
God.
up newspaper.
Oh yeah. Get out of here! I'm trying to read the paper.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why is he mentioning Zombie Go Boom episodes?
This a zombie apocalypse? I didn't know about a zombie apocalypse. Get out of here, you stupid goddamn zombie! I'm trying to read my paper. Wait a minute, a zombie
Okay,
apocalypse?
you sound like a shitty J. Jonah Jameson.
I want the story on this now.
Oh
No.
god. At this rate, I want to cut this episode.
It's that
Jesus.
guy. It's that guy, but he has Alzheimer's. You know, he's like, I need a story on the zombie apocalypse. He reads the paper. There's a zombie apocalypse. Hey, we need a story on the zombie apocalypse.
Get me,
what's going on
Spider-Man.
today? We need
There's a
Spider-Man.
story about a zombie spider. He ate
There's a-
Mysterio.
A zombie apocalypse. Oh, oh my gosh. All right, yeah, Matt. We need to end this episode. All right, guys. I'm Mike G, and these are my buddies Jacob and Matt. And I want to thank you so much for staying tuned for We're About Everything, episode 1. I had a fantastic time. It wasn't perfect. There were some little bumps here and there during the episode, but we're only going to get better at this. And I had I had an absolute blast, and I think this was the perfect topic for episode 1. So I want to thank everyone here with me, and I want to thank all of you watching. I love you, and I'm so excited to see where this series goes.
I'm going to. I forgot to mention because Mike hasn't mentioned yet. Hopefully, these episodes are to be uploaded every other week, if possible.
And also, there's going to be a different host every week. So it's either going to be me, Matt, or Jacob. It's going to go around.
All right,
So-
Matt.
What?
It's time for me and you to do the host rock paper scissors.
Oh boy.
I always pick rock,
Alright.
so
Cock paper scissors. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors.
If you choose paper, I'm just gonna ram right through it.
Jeez.
I don't care about the paper cut. Oh,
But if it's a rock, and then your cock gets fucking smashed, and that would fucking hurt.
all right. Rock paper scissors shoot.
I told you I always pick
Paper.
rock.
Okay, paper.
Ha!
This
No,
is,
what's weird
this
is-
what
Alright,
we're going to do every fucking week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am your next host, and
All right.
you'll see what the next topic is on the next episode.
Yep. So Jacob will be
Spoilers,
hosting
Matt's
next
posting it
time.
anyways.
Thank you everyone so much for watching. This is
Say-
episode 1.